What are the considerations for the vineyard chosen by DVR Lafite due to the large area of Central Valley?
Well, here we are on the coastal range of mountains of Chile. It means that we are on the foot of the Caneten Mountains, which is the highest peak of the zone at 900 meters, and we are 40 kilometers away from the ocean. It means that during daytime we benefit from sunshine and good heat, but at night the breezes coming from the ocean refresh the air. And Baron Eric de Rothschild, when he first arrived here 33 years ago, really fell in love with this place, and he really thought that it was the place for his family to produce wine in Chile.
Is there any vintage of Ledis that encountered special difficulties in the winemaking process?
Ledis is an iconic wine, and we only produce it at Los Vascos when the vintage is real good. In the last years, yes, there are some vintages that we didn't produce Ledis. 1998, for example, or 2005, were two vintages where the conditions were not perfect for producing Ledis, and definitely we didn't produce it.
What's your viewpoint on the aging potential of Ledis? And also at present, what is the changing trend of wine in aging?
Well, the first vintage of Ledis is now 20 years old and is still very much alive. So I would say that at least 20 years, and the future will tell us really how long those icon wines are going to last. Regarding the change of winemaking, maybe we have the possibility to have the wine which is easier to drink when younger. In the past, Ledis was very strong, and we used to wait several years before sending it on the market. Right now, with some different winemaking techniques, we can obtain very fine grains of tannins that makes the wine easier to drink earlier.
Ledis has been the patient witness of DVR Lafite's time in Chile. Why different vintage has different taste?
Well, there are two things. First, vintage are not the same all the time. We have differences of vintage. And second, we have also some slight difference in terms of blending. Until 2004, Ledis was 100% Cabernet Sauvignon. We didn't use any other grape. And from 2004 to 2005, we started to add a little bit of Syrah, a little bit of Cabernet, of Carmenère, a little bit of Cabernet Franc, depending on the vintage. So this might be slight differences, but overall the style is always the same. And one of the reasons the style is the same is that we are using here the barrels that are produced by DBR Lafite cooperage. DBR Lafite is the only first growth in France that owns its own cooperage. It started in 1942, and now it produces barrels for the group, for the different wineries outside of Lafite, for sure for Lafite, but also from Longdai in China, here in Los Vascos, and this basically gives a unique style to our wines.
The vintage of 2012, 2014, 2015 and 2016 of Ledis will be present on the masterclass. Is there any story or information that can be shared with me?
Wow, yeah, sure. You are going to make a wonderful tasting, first of all. All those vintages are definitely outstanding. I personally love the 2014, which is probably one of the best vintage of the decade in Chile. And I also like the 2016, which you will discover is completely different for the climate during this vintage of any other vintages that you are going to discover within this tasting.
Because 1985 was called the year of the comet, the special mark of the comet was printed on Chateau Lafite Rothschild 1985 volume. So, among the many vintage of Ledis,